This is the X Sports Network. Going the distance with local sports. Covering the Loretto Mustangs, Summertown Eagles, and Lawrence County Wildcats. Basketball, football, baseball, and more. This is the X Sports Network.
And back here at the Ralph, get ready for boys action here between Loretto and Lawrence County. Taking a look at both sides, Loretto coming into this game at 3-0. Their head coach is Greg Tips. Lawrence County also at 3-0. Their head coach is Joe Wilson. Since 2001, this series has been pretty much dominated by Lawrence County. They lead at 28-5 in 33 matchups during that time, but Loretto won the last game between these two at the Richland Christmas Classic. That was right after Christmas a year ago. A very good contest between the two. Joined by Cam Mashburn here for our second broadcast here tonight. And Cam, it's a classic matchup here between youth and experience. Plenty of experience on Lawrence County side. A lot of youth on Loretto's side.
It is, and that's exactly right. Lawrence County, of course, is down a player in Cade Schultz. We've all, everybody's thoughts and prayers are with Cade, but that I'm anxious to see how Lawrence County reacts. There's going to be a lot of emotion on that team. Can they channel it in a positive way, or does it wear on them? That's kind of the question you have for them. But on the Loretto side, they have two kids that are old enough to drive. They're young. They're very talented for sophomores and freshmen. They have a lot of talent, but it's young talent.
Very young talent.
Very young talent. This is a game, if you're Lawrence County, you're looking, this is a game you should win. And that's just calling it what it is. Now, if this young group was seniors, maybe a different story, but they're freshmen.
Yeah. As Cam mentioned, thoughts and prayers out with Cade Schultz, who's watching us tonight. Our broadcast has been dedicated to Cade. We hope for a fast recovery. Thoughts and prayers with him and his family tonight. Also thoughts and prayers out to Jack Welch and his family as he recovers from his injuries from a recent car accident as well.
This actually was not a car accident.
Not a car accident, okay.
No, it was another kind of accident that happened yesterday.
Okay.
But Jack played basketball for the Mustangs last year, decided to focus on football this year. Is not playing basketball this year, but I understand he had surgery. Of course, his sister played for Loretto a few years ago, so our thoughts are with Jack as well. But I will also give a quick shout-out to Phil Hooper, because I think Friday evening we kind of threw together the making all the shirt. I know Lawrence County contacted him. I contacted him for Loretto and Coach Tips and Coach Rutledge, and he got them done. They were ready by Monday.
Impressive.
Yeah.
Guys at HD Inc.
yeah.
are class acts, do a great job. Of course, they make all of our stuff at the X Sports Network as well. As we are honoring Cade Schultz here tonight, Lawrence County will be wearing their purple uniforms, and Loretto will be wearing their gold uniforms. Lawrence County will be going from right to left, Loretto from left to right to start things off. Initial starting lineups here for Loretto will be Corbin Reynolds, Mason Tidwell, Hayden Butcham, Kason Bowie, Ja'Kiah England. On the other side for Lawrence County will be Jacabry Stevenson, Alex Bedford, TJ Gobble, Logan Boswell, and Luke Maddox. And Cam, the matchup I'm really looking forward to tonight is between the big men, Kason Bowie and TJ Gobble, each side's leading scorers. And in those last games, Kason really went off, and TJ had a huge game against Giles County last week.
TJ, yes, I am Loretto's play-by-play guy. I went to school at Loretto. I love TJ Gobble. I love Luke Maddox. They're my buddies. We play golf a lot together with those kids. They went on a golf trip with me this year. TJ is as chill and laid back and funny of a kid. So, yes, I am looking forward to seeing him play tonight.
Yeah, he took over that game against
and Bowie
Giles.
as well, yeah.
Took over that game against Giles County at 28, and a lot of those came down the stretch when they started the fourth quarter trailing by 6 and came out with a big win against a very talented, very good Giles County team. As we're introducing the starting lineups here, and Lawrence County not supposed to be wearing their purple uniforms due to TSSAA rules, but thankfully, hopefully, the officials understand the severity of the situation and don't do like what some other officials in the area would do, or just give them a technical. But I'm pretty sure we're looking at the understanding that they understand the situation. We're going to let it happen tonight and just play on against two very talented teams, a packed house. As you mentioned, Cam, here, a lot of T-shirts, a lot of purple. Even the Loretto student section wearing some purple. The boys' side from Lawrence County came over, shook hands with them during the girls' game, showing a good side of respect. And like you mentioned during the girls' game, not a lot of hate between each side. The hate stays in between the lines, but when the game is over, there's a lot of respect between these two communities.
Absolutely, yeah.
As both sides have been introduced, and now it's time to start this game here between two undefeated boys basketball teams.
So Loretto has 3 players who played last year on this team. 3, and they're all 3 starting. Buttram, Bowie,
and England.
And England, yeah. I knew that. I was looking for him, and then I saw him right when you said it.
Bedford and Bowie will tip things off. Alex, who has a pair of dunks so far this year for Lawrence County. And the tip-off will come out to TJ Gobble and now hand it over here to Luke Maddox. Max will cross the timeline facing the man-to-man here from Loretto. They'll dribble out. And I believe they're going to dribble out the first 22 seconds. And then they'll start the play. Nice way to honor their teammate, Cade Schultz. And now we'll go to work. Maddox now to Stevenson, now over to Bedford, to Logan Boswell, Back to Boswell, over to Stevenson at the wing. Stevenson down low to Gobble, in the lane, shot up, and no good, but he's fouled. He'll go the line to shoot 2.
That was a quick, decisive move by TJ there. He caught the ball and did not hesitate, turn around and win. That's, as a post player, women's and men, that's what you want. You don't want to have to put the ball on the floor and head fast. You want to make your move quick.
Foul goes on Tidwell, his first, team's first. First free throw from Gobble. This one's on its way, and he knocks it down. Gobble back to the line. Back in on its way, off the back iron, no good. Offense, no rebound, comes out to Tidwell. Tidwell comes back the other way. being trapped, loses control, regains, sends that one over to Reynolds. Tidwell now to Buttram, back to Tidwell. Man-to-man put on here by the Wildcats. Tidwell now to Reynolds, trying to work it down low to England, and gets that one stolen away by Maddox. Coming back the other way, Maddox, left-handed layup up and in. His first points, Lawrence County leads it 3-0.
And again, Luke, you got to watch Loretto or Lawrence County Luke, especially. They're quick. They fast. If Cade was when he was playing, he was quick getting to the ball. They're going to knock the ball away. They're not going to let you catch an easy pass.
Bowie gets the inbounds. He's guarded by Stevenson. Now back to Tidwell. Tidwell here gets it across the timeline, guarded by Boswell. Now hands it over to Buttram. Buttram now to Reynolds. Switch man-to-man put on by Lawrence County. It's Tidwell with it. He'll dribble out. Guarded by Boswell. Picks up his dribble. Hands over to Reynolds. Reynolds now to Buttram. Buttram picks up his dribble over to Tidwell. Tidwell dribbles, drives, and gets that one deflected into the hands, and it's a jump ball that will stay with Loretto. Tipped into the hands of Gobble, and they tied up, and the ball will stay with the Mustangs.
Lawrence County did a good job that time of closing up space there as Mason got up in the air and just had nowhere to go with it.
Tidwell in the corner for three, misses. Rebound, England. England throws up a shot. That one's no good. Rebound, come out to T.J. Gobble. Quickly back the other way. Jacabry Stevenson with it. Now over to Bedford. Now to Maddox. Fakes the pass. Drives. Kicks out now to Boswell for three. Off the front iron. No good. Rebound Reynolds. Reynolds now coming back the other way with it. Sends over to Buttram across the timeline. Buttram drives. Loses it on the way up. And it will stay with Loretto.
It's like Gobble may have got a hand on it. It's going up.
Reynolds sends over to Buttram. Thought about a corner three. Picks up his dribble. Now to Reynolds. Back to Buttram beyond the three-point line. Now to Tidwell. Gets a play from head coach Greg Tips. Picked up win number 400 last week at Cornersville. Pass now over to Buttram. Over to England. England drives. And we're going to get a travel caught against England. Second turnover against the Mustangs. Blake Long now checks in. And checking out is Alex Bedford.
You're talking about Coach Tips. Of course, this is his second stint at Loretto. First time was with the girls, but Greg is as good an X's and O's coach as maybe there is in Middle Tennessee basketball.
Down low to Stevenson. Reverse layup up and in, and he is fouled. And he'll go to the line for the M1. That will go on Buttram, his first, team second. Lawrence County leads at 5-0. That was a good play out of that.
Yeah, Hayden just he didn't have a shot at blocking it. He just put his forearm in and kind of gave a little shove. It's not a foul you want to take. If you're going to foul somebody, you want to make them earn it, not a cheap one.
As Tidwell now with it, coming back the other way.
A lot of contact there.
Bowie drives, right-handed shot off the glass, no good. He's fouled, and he'll go to the line to shoot two. Foul will go on Gobble, his first, team's first. First points coming up here for Loretto. Loretto not real deep, but really just about a rotation of 7 guys that will come in and out of the lineup. First free throw from Bowie, rolls in.
So take that back. Loretto has 4 guys returning. Yep. The other one's checking in.
Robinson will check in for Buttram.
There may be more than that. Seems like there's one more.
Bowie rolls home the second. He hits them both. As Bedford and Carter Hughes will now check in. And checking out is Gobble and Boswell. Maddox coming back the other way, crosses the timeline, hands over to Stevenson. Now over to Bedford at the logo. Now back to Maddox. He'll try a three. Front iron, no good. Rebound, Blake Long. Long kicks out to Stevenson. Now back to Long. Thinks about a three, and he'll try it. No good. Rebound, Reynolds. Reynolds, long outlet pass out to Robinson. Robinson, reverse layup, up and in. His first points, and leads down to 2, 6-4.
That was good awareness there by Robertson to realize he had a cleaner look at it from the right side and reverse that.
Long into the paint. Nice pass to Carter Hughes on the low block. Picks up his dribble. Now out to Bedford. Long pass out to Maddox. Now to Long. Long dribbles at the free throw line. Now to Stevenson. Stevenson thinks about three. Back to Maddox. He'll walk it back out to the Lawrence County logo. Maddox now to Stevenson. Fakes a three, drives, shot from the free throw line. No good. And the offensive rebound, won by Carter Hughes. Now gets it back out to Stevenson. Down low, nice pass. Luke Maddox, reverse layup. Can't get it to go. Gets his own rebound, but it's tipped into the hands of Ja'Kai England. Tidwell walks it across the timeline. Kicks out to Robertson. Robertson drives, kicks out to Reynolds. Reynolds down low here to England. England back in the corner, trapped, and it's stolen away by Stevenson. Stevenson, long pass out to Long. Long loses that one on the way up, and it's deflected off of Reynolds and will stay with Lawrence County.
Well, Lawrence County caught a break there for sure as Reynolds wasn't in a bad spot. The ball just deflected off of him, went out of bounds.
Stevenson and Maddox check out. Boswell and Gobble check back in. Carter Hughes with it straight away. He'll drive, and we're going to block foul called against Jackson Robertson. Robertson will pick up his first, team's third. 3:50 remaining here in the first quarter. Lawrence County leading at 6-4. Packed house here at the Ralph. Everyone wearing purple in honor of Cade Schultz. Alex Bedford taking it out of bounds for the Wildcats. Long pass out to Blake Long, no pun intended. Over to Boswell. Now to TJ Gobble. He'll try three. Back iron, no good. Rebound, Carter Hughes. Hughes tries to go up with it, stolen away by Jackson Robertson. Robertson now quickly across the timeline, picks up his dribble over to Kason Bowie in the corner. Bowie. Now to Robertson. He'll drive the baseline, picks up his dribble out to Bowie in the corner. Bowie, step back jumper. Beautiful. That one's in. Bowie's got 4, and we're tied at 6.
We saw flashes of that last year from him. There was games that he looked like, man, he's going to be really special.
Long had a nice move, but he got blocked away by Bowie, and then Long was going to pick up the foul. Long gets his first, team second. And nice step back there by Kason Bowie. He'll now check out. Hayden Buttram will check back in. Blake Long had a nice move on the other end here, but the length of Kason Bowie got the best of that one.
He is so long, and he's put on a little weight this year. He's obviously got the height. He's one of those kids, the jumper he just hit on the other end. If that's something he can do consistently, look out, man. The sky's the limit for that kid.
Tidwell being trapped, struggling with a long pass over to Robertson, makes the catch. Nice pass to England. Shot up, no good. Rebound, Boswell. Boswell coming quickly the other way, crosses the timeline. Loses control, now out to Bedford, and he'll slow things down. 2:45 remaining in the first, tied at 6. Bedford drives. Shot up, blocked, into the hands of Buttram. Buttram loses that one. Bedford, nice pass to Long. Left-handed layup up and in.
What a pass.
Each side here just kind of trading turnovers. Lawrence County leads at 8-6. Tidwell now in the Buttram.
This is a little bit where there's a walk on Hayden. It's a little bit where Loretto's inexperience is going to – if Lawrence County can pressure Loretto, they're going to make mistakes. Just from the sheer fact you've got several kids on the floor. This is their first big-time high school basketball game. You played a tournament in Cornersville, but there wasn't a big fanfare there. This is a big packed house, big rivalry game.
Mid-range jumper from Gobble, nothing but net. He's got 3. Lawrence County's leads out to 4, 10-6. Buttram gets the inbounds. Pass tipped into the hands of Bedford. Left-handed layup up and in. Bedford's first points. Lawrence County leads it by 6.
That's exactly what I'm talking about. As ball's going to Lawrence County. Loretto, again, it's just not being able to handle the pressure. Again, you've got younger kids on the floor who haven't been in this situation. It's real. The pressure's real.
Good pressure there by Logan Boswell to force the turnover. Stevenson sends it out to Boswell after it was tipped by Robertson. Boswell now over to Bedford in the corner. He'll dribble out to the wing. Guarded here by Robertson out to Luke Maddox. Maddox with it at the Lawrence County logo. Minute 50 left in the opening quarter. Nice crossover by Maddox over to Stevenson. Thinks about a 3. Steps back now over to Boswell. Down low to Gobble. Gobble in the paint. And a walk called, and that will go back to Loretto. 5th turnover against Lawrence County. Inglet set the check back in. He will come in for Buttram. Minute 39 left. Lawrence County leading 12-6. Tidwell inbounds into Reynolds. Reynolds picks up his dribble, sends it over to Bowie. Bowie with it now across the timeline. Picks up his dribble, gets his pass tipped into the hands of Maddox. Max now to Stevenson. Layup up. No good. Rebound Bowie. Bowie now over to Reynolds, loses that one. Max is going to come up with the steal. Maddox now over to Bedford. He'll try a three. No good. Rebound. And Tidwell let it go out of bounds to Loretto. Frantic pace here, Ken.
Yeah, it is. And it's getting kind of sloppy both ways. Smart heads-up play there by Mason, though. He's a freshman, but he's athletic family. Watched his sister play a lot of years. Of course, his big cousin played at Tennessee, drafted by the Mets. I mean, the kid's been raised in it. That was a heads-up play there, letting that ball just go out of bounds.
England dribbles it the other way, sends out the Robertson near the corner. Now the Tidwell. Speaking of, he'll try a three. Back iron, no good. Rebound Boswell. Boswell the other way, heads it over to Stevenson. Stevenson dribbles out, now over to Maddox. He'll try an NBA range three. Back iron, no good. Rebound, won by Bedford.
Oh, I thought he saved it.
Yeah, I thought he saved it as well. And they say it goes out of bounds to Loretto. Or it kind of went off England as well, but they thought his foot was in. As Long and Drake Osborne will check in. Gobble and Bedford will check out.
Yeah, both teams going down trading quick shots and misses. It's kind of a continuation of what we saw in the girls' game, just some sloppiness.
Tidwell's pass deflected into the hands here of Luke Maddox. Quickly ahead to Boswell. Corner three. Knocks it down.
And Bowie's lucky he didn't get a foul on the and one there.
Boswell's first points. They lead at 15-6. 35 seconds left here in the corner. And Tidwell loses that one. Loretto now with 10 turnovers. Tidwell coming back the other way. Breaks the press. Nice pass to England. Goes up and he's fouled. He'll go to the line to shoot two.
I'm a little surprised that Coach Tips hadn't, once they got it to 6 and then Lawrence County started pulling, I'm a little surprised he didn't call a timeout to settle his guys down. But at the same time, it could be a situation so, hey, they're young. Let them play through it.
Yep.
Let them work their way out of it. That's the only way they're going to learn. I mean, that's
England hits his first.
Now, two different ways of looking at that.
Jaden Aaron will come in for Tidwell. Boswell checks out. Bedford checks in. As Drake Osborne picked up the foul, his first, team's third. Back in for England. He hits them both. His first points leads down to 7 at 15-8. Maddox coming back the other way. 20 seconds left in the opening quarter. Maddox over to Long. Long now to Bedford in the corner, back to Long. Long will dribble out. Gets a play from Joe Wilson. And a play for the final shot. Now over to Maddox at the logo. Maddox drives, kicks out the Long. Fakes a three. He'll try it. Knocks it down. He's got 5, and that will be the final shot of the first quarter. Lawrence County leads it by 10, 18-8 after 8 minutes of play. When we return, it'll be time for the second quarter coming up next on the X Sports Network. The Lawrence County students here putting a big K out there for Cade Schultz. Or they're trying to spell Cade, I believe. And now they got to get the there it is. Student body honoring Cade Schultz here, spelling his name at mid-court. We'll return at the start of the second quarter here on the X Sports Network.
Introducing Cloud9 Fiber to Lawrenceburg. We take great pride in being the only locally owned and operated internet company within Lawrenceburg and Lawrence County. We're now offering up to gigabit services with plans starting at $50 per month. Serve the internet with blazing fast speeds and reliability, all while keeping your investment within Lawrence County. For more information, visit cloud9fiber.com to request for us to build your area next.
Back here at the Ralph, Lawrence County leading Loretto 18-8 here at the start of the second quarter. Stevenson with it here over to Blake Long. Long now to Bedford near the corner. Man-to-man put on by Loretto. Sends it over to Long. Long drives. Shot blocked by Bowie, but regained possession by Long, who throws that. Ooh, they say it was tipped off of Loretto and will stay with Lawrence County. Long takes it out of bounds, now in the Bedford. Bedford guarded here by Tidwell. Now to Osborne, back to Bedford. Bedford crosses over, dishes out to Maddox. Max thinks about a three, will bring it back down. He'll now drive. Left-handed layup, no good, but he's fouled. He'll go to the line to shoot two. Will go on to Reynolds, his first, team's fourth.
This Loretto team kind of, AJ, you may not remember, but there was when Coach Craig McGill was at Summertown, he had a girls team up there that was really young. First of the year, they were really bad. They're really bad, but you could tell they were athletic. If they had the talent, ended up winning district that year. Now that was just, I think they ended up, but that was the girls team. By the time they were seniors, had been to 2 state championships. Finished second in one of those. I mean that's kind of what you're looking like for Loretto. This is that younger team, very athletic.
And Bowie with another block. Boswell will try another three. Rattles it home. Boswell with 6. Greg Tips will call a timeout here. A 30-second timeout for Loretto. We'll take that break with them here on the X Sports Network.
What really matters during the ball game, we get schedules for the whole season. We plan it out. We map it out. But then we must realize that we're living one day at a time, right? Jesus said in Matthew 6 and verse 34, therefore do not be anxious about tomorrow, for tomorrow will be anxious for itself. Sufficient for the day is its own trouble. Use today to serve God. Make the most of today for the Lord. And that message brought to you by your friends at the Leoma Church of Christ.
AJ Good goes the distance for local sports on the X Sports Network.
Back here at the Ralph, Lawrence County leading Loretto 22-8, 7:09 left here in the first half. Loretto taking it out of bounds. Bowie gets it in the Tidwell. Tidwell will get it across the timeline. Picks up his dribble, struggling with it. And we're going to get a foul called here against Lawrence County, and Joe Wilson does not agree with that.
Well, Luke didn't give him a lot of space there, and Mason is a ball handler. You're allowed to have some space, and I know it's not what you want, but it wasn't like he was throwing elbows either. He was just trying to get some space where he can have the ball, and you're allowed to do, as a offensive player, you're allowed to have that.
This one's stolen the other way. Alex Bedford throws it down. Bedford with 4 points, another dunk, and another point off turnovers. Now a foul coming back the other way as Tidwell is fouled. That will go against Boswell. His first, team 5th. Lawrence County just racking up those points off of 11 Loretto turnovers so far. 6:51 remaining here in the opening half. Loretto leading 24-8.
Yeah, that's the reason Loretto trails in the game. A lot of it is just because of turnovers. I mean, just not protecting the basketball.
Tidwell, guarded here by Boswell, gets it out to Buttram. Buttram out the English straight away. Dribbles now to his right, keeps it at the top of the key. Now over to Tidwell. Tidwell stops now over to Reynolds. Reynolds back out to Tidwell straight away. Tidwell back to Reynolds. Now over to Buttram. He'll try a three. Rattles it home.
Big basket.
His first points, leads down to 13 at 24-11. Bedford coming back the other way, drives the paint, goes up and under, no good. And Gobble's going to get called with the over and back.
Yeah, TJ don't like it, but that's definitely the right call.
So he'll pick up his second, team 6th.
When the player in front of you's got position, you can jump straight up, but if you lean into him any at all, you're going to get whistled almost every time.
Robertson checks in. Reynolds will check out. And Maddox and Stevenson now coming in here for Lawrence County. Checking out is Gobble and Long. Lawrence County sets up the press. Bowie takes it out of bounds and gets it in the Tidwell. Tidwell gets it across the timeline. Trap coming here. Tidwell picks up his dribble, gets in to England. England drives, dishes to Bowie. Bowie spins around, turnaround jumper, no good, gets his own rebound. That one's up and in. Bowie with 6, leads down to 11. And then that pass is thrown out of bounds. Another turnover, 6 against Lawrence County. Loretto will get the ball back with 5:50 remaining here in the opening half. Bowie taking it out of bounds into the Loretto bench into Robertson. Robertson gets it out to Bowie, and he'll hustle across the timeline. Kind of struggling with it a little bit.
Almost
gets it to Tidwell at the free throw line. Down low to England. England up and in.
So Loretto is kind of starting to figure out this Lawrence County defense. And on the backside, there's, again, much like the Lady Cats earlier, there's no help side over there, and Loretto can expose that.
Carter Hughes with the offensive rebound. He's fouled on the way up, and he'll go to the line to shoot 2. Foul.
There's something that Loretto has that Lawrence County does not, is a 6'7" kid with an 8-foot wingspan.
Not many high schools have
No. And it's crazy. Carter misses the first one. That's crazy because Loretto just has – it seems like we've had this pipeline since I was in school there of just long, lanky guys. And Bowie's just the latest iteration of that. But Loretto really, I think they're going to try to work the ball into the only way they're into Caton is that's the only way I think they have a shot of really staying with Lawrence County. That's where they can match up that Lawrence County doesn't.
Turnover. Stevenson missed the 3. Hughes hit 1 of 2. Bowie now coming the other way over to Robertson. 25-10 is a Lawrence County lead. 5 minutes left here in the half. Robertson now to Tidwell on the baseline. Now at the Bowie. Action was stolen away by Bedford coming the other way. Bedford behind the back pass. Boswell shot up and in. He's got 8 and the lead's out to 12, 27-15. That one's almost stolen away, but into the hands of Bowie. Quickly coming back is Robertson. Wow. Robertson long pass to Butcham in the corner. Now to Bowie. Almost stolen away and eventually is by Stevenson. Stevenson coming back the other way. Layup up in, and he's fouled by Inglet, and he'll go the line to shoot 2.
I'm glad Jakai kind of pulled up a little bit because that's one of those is you could undercut a player, you could really hurt somebody. I'm glad he recognized what was happening in time and pulled up. And
it could have been, it could have been a technical, could have been an intentional. It could have been a lot of things. Stevenson to the line to shoot 2. First one on its way. Hits every inch of the rim and falls in. Reynolds will check in and Inglet will check out. Long back in. Hughes will check out. Boswell checks out as well. And checking in as Stevenson misses the last. Osmond checks in as well. Reynolds picks up his dribble. Now over here to Robertson, very close to the timeline. Robertson being pressured now out to Butcham. Butcham being guarded by Maddox in the switch man-to-man. Now over to Robertson. Robertson dribbles, drives into the paint, right-handed layup, up and in. He's got 4, leads down to 11, 28-17. Maddox quickly back the other way, throws up a shot, can't get it to go, and he's fouled.
I tell you, Robertson for Loretto, he's handling the pressure as well as anybody that the Mustangs have. When he gets the ball, he's not panicking. You've seen that a time or two from the Mustang players is they'll panic and make a soft pass or a pass where they shouldn't, and it's going back the other way for 2.
Maddox hits the first free throw. He's got 4. Wildcats now 6 of 10 from the line. Next free throw on its way, and he hits them both. He's got 5. Now coming back into the game will be Carter Hughes, and he'll check in for Alex Bedford. Lawrence County likes to sub a lot. They lead by 13, 30-17, halfway through the second quarter. Tidwell across the timeline, almost loses it. Regains the ball, gets it to Reynolds at the free throw line. He'll drive, shot up, no good. Gets his own rebound. That's no good. And a fight for the rebound will come out to Maddox, and he's fouled.
So that's one where Reynolds has got to, again, you got to go with your left hand on that side of the goal. That's why he missed the shot. When you're trying to go on the left side and swap over to your right hand, you just don't have the same angle. You're going to hit the back of the iron every time, unless you flush it, which is pretty difficult to do.
Robertson checks out. Aaron checks in. Robertson checks out now with 3 fouls here in the first half. 1-1 coming up for Maddox. First one on its way. Rattles in.
If you're a parent at home and you want to teach your kid the most important skill, I'm serious.
Yeah.
I know there's people disagree, but I see it at this level that probably at least 60% of the kids don't have is being able to finish with your left hand.
I couldn't do it.
No, I mean, it's tough.
Yeah.
I mean, if you're a right hand, if you're left-handed.
as Tidwell will go to the rack. He gets fouled on the way up. He'll go to the line to shoot 2.
I mean, because if you are a guard player and you favor your right side and you always go right, teams are going to figure that out, and they're going to defend that, and they're going to force you to go left.
Tidwell misses the first. Checking in, Boswell here for Luke Maddox. As Colton Tucker's also in the game. As Tidwell hits 1 of 2. That's his first point. The lead's down to 13, 31-18. Long now over to Stevenson, back to Long. Now to Boswell, over to Tucker. He'll bring it out to the wing, over to Long straight away. Thinks about a 3, now back out to Stevenson. He drives to the free throw line, kicks out to Tucker. And Tucker's going to double dribble, and 7th turnover against Lawrence County coming back the other way here for Loretto. Bowie inbounds into Tidwell, and he's fouled from behind by Tucker.
Yeah, just kind of got tied up, his feet. You kind of get the sense that Loretto is still searching for the guy, the guy that you're gonna lean on. And young teams have an issue with that sometimes, is who's the guy that we can trust, that we can rely on to get us that basket when we need it.
Tidwell at the line for the 1-and-1. He hits the first.
They have several candidates for that, for sure, but you got to have the player that in moments you're going to rely on.
Tidwell hits both ends of the 1-and-1. He's got 3. The lead's down to 11, 31-20. Mustangs now 7 of 8 from the line. Bedford out the Long. Long will drive.
Oh, that's a walk.
And a walk is called against Long. That's now 8 turnovers against Lawrence County. Joe Wilson is going to call a timeout. And we'll take that break with him here on the X Sports Network.
Arctic Air keeps your home or business comfortable. For more than 20 years, we provided outstanding residential and commercial services through southern Middle Tennessee. Whether you need assistance with your heat, air conditioning, preventive maintenance, or anything in between, trust our reliable team to get the job done. We'll take the time to figure out your specific needs and recommend what we believe is right and best for your situation.
We've been using Arctic Air for over 15 years now. Their service is great, they're here when we need them, and their prices are competitive. They take the worry out of the heat and air so I don't have to.
Arctic Air. When you need us, we'll be there.
And back here at the Ralph, Lawrence County leading Loretto 31-20. 3 minutes left here in the first half. Tidwell across the timeline over to Reynolds. Reynolds now to Aaron. Aaron drives, goes up bender, and gets it to go for his first points of the game to cut the lead to 9.
That was a really smart move of letting the defender get up in the air and go on by. That was deflected by Tidwell there. It's going to be Lawrence County ball, but you did the little head fake, let the player go by, and it's easy too.
Maddox in, Carter Hughes out. Blake Long will take it out of bounds here for Lawrence County into Boswell. NBA range 3. No good. Rebound, Blake Long. Long goes up. Shot no good. Rebound to Hayden Buttram. Buttram now coming back quickly the other way. Gets it across the timeline. Drives, kicks out to Bowie. Bowie swings it to Tidwell, and that's going to be a foul against Bedford.
Lawrence County is just a step late to every pass, and they're picking up some fouls from it right now.
Tidwell will go to the line for the 1-and-1. Tidwell with 3 points so far. Mustangs 7 of 8 from the line. Front end, Tidwell off the back iron, no good. Rebound, Bowie. Bowie back out to Tidwell, now to Reynolds. Reynolds dribbles through traffic. Here to Buttram. He'll try a 3. Off of the court above, and that will go to Lawrence County. 2:21 remaining here in the opening half. Lawrence County up by 9. Max tells everyone to get up court, sends it over to Bedford. Bedford, guarded here by Tidwell, over to Boswell. Now to Long. Long hands over to Stevenson. Back out to Boswell, swings over to Bedford in the corner for 3. Rattles out, no good. Rebound by Long. His shot, no good. Rebound to Bedford. Now out to Stevenson. Stevenson here to Maddox. He'll try a 3. Back iron, no good. And that went off the wire above as well. That will go to Loretto. Lawrence County now with 11 offensive rebounds opposed to 4 for Loretto.
Lawrence County having trouble making shots out of the, well, really both teams making shots outside the paint. And give Loretto credit, they're hanging around. And if you're Lawrence County, this is a game I would think that you expected to win. But if you let a team hang around, you're going to give them hope. I mean, that's what they're doing right now. Loretto's doing a good job of keeping this one close.
Tidwell kicks out the Reynolds here straight away with it. Now back to Tidwell at the wing. Tidwell spinning. Kicks out here to Aaron. Aaron steps back now to Buttram straight away. Minute 15 left. Buttram here. Man-to-man put on by Lawrence County. Tidwell with it at the deep wing. Dribbles out to the top of the key. And finds Aaron. Aaron back out to Buttram. Almost stolen away by Maddox. Dribbles it off his foot. Regains possession. Will drive. Layup up. No good, but he'll go to the line to shoot 2.
So where Loretto has made an adjustment is, number one, they're not turning the ball over quite as much. When they mishandle a pass, they're able to gobble it back up. But also they're taking the ball to the rack and getting Lawrence County up and making them foul them and going to the line and getting their points.
Buttram hits the first. It's an 8-point lead. Buttram now with 4. Maddox picked up the foul, his first, team's 10th. So 2 free throws the rest of the first half for the Mustangs. Next free throw from Buttram off the back iron, no good. Rebound to Stevenson. Max will bring it back the other way with an 8-point lead, and then he double dribbles. Now 9 turnovers against Lawrence County.
Yeah, that's one he would definitely wants back. That's a bad turnover by an upperclassman. Unforced.
Unforced, yeah.
Yeah.
Bowie inbounds into Tidwell. As Greg Tips calls out the play, crosses the timeline, gets a screen from Bowie. He'll drive, layup up, left-handed and in. Tidwell with 5, leads down the 6. Quickly back the other way is Stevenson.
Ooh.
He'll step back for 3. He gets it in.
He got away with a walk.
He's got 7, leads out to 9. 30 seconds left here in the opening half as Tidwell try to walk it across the timeline for the Mustangs. Gets a screen from Bowie, drives to his right. Behind the back move, he'll try a 3. No good. Rebound. Won by Jacabry Stevenson. He comes back the other way. And he kicks out the Blake Long. He'll try a 3. Gets it in.
Well, all the momentum Loretto built, last 2 possessions kind of ended it.
Long with 8, leads out to 12. Last shot here at the half. Reynolds off the front iron, no good. After 16 frantic minutes of play, Lawrence County leads at 37-25. We'll take a break here on the X Sports Network. When we return, head coach Wendy Scott will have a halftime interview. That's coming up next.
Are you looking for a job where you can easily balance work and home life? By becoming a local driver with Southeast Carriers, we can guarantee multiple benefits and a base pay starting at $17 per hour, along with a work-life balance so you can spend equal time on the road as with family. We also provide the latest updated equipment and technology to make your job as easy as possible. Southeast Carriers isn't just a company, it's a family, and we would love for you to be a part of it. For more information, visit our website at southeastcarriers.com or check us out on Instagram and Facebook.
And back here at the Ralph, we're joined by head girls coach Wendy Scott. And Wendy, I know it's the first loss of the season, but there's got to be a lot of lessons learned here in that first loss for you guys.
Absolutely. These games go a long way when it comes to tournament time. That's why I like them, is because it puts you in a situation to where your emotions become a part of the game, and that definitely happened to us tonight. So that's something that we've got to learn how to control, and there's no way to learn until you hit it head on. So I know we come up a little bit short tonight. It was a tough start at the beginning, but I'm absolutely proud of my girls for fighting back hard in the second half, and I think they showed what they're made of a little bit more in that second half.
You mentioned you guys were down as many as 16 in the game. You got it down to 3 there at the very end. Just, what was the key of you guys coming back and making that happen?
Well, I think they started playing to win instead of playing not to lose, and I think the first half we played not to lose a little bit. And when you want to do something so bad, sometimes that happens, but that's just a mental block that we have to learn to overcome. But these games, that's why we play them, and they're good for us, and they prepare you for your district play. So, we couldn't have asked for a better game to help us learn and grow, and a lot of times you learn the most from when you do lose, and, we're going to use this game to propel us into moving forward and learning from our mistakes and being better for it.
shots weren't falling in the first half, but were definitely falling in the second half, and I know that was a big difference for you guys.
Yeah, we settled down in the second half, and I think that they saw that and they realized that we were just nervous the first half. And as a coach, you do everything you can to try to not to try to get that out of them, but it's just sometimes it just is difficult. So, but they showed what they can do, and hopefully we'll get another chance and we'll handle that situation differently.
Head coach Wendy Scott, thank you for stopping by here at halftime, and we'll see you guys Thursday night over at Heine's Barbecue. Then we'll see you guys Friday at Rogers.
Thank you so much.
Head girls coach Wendy Scott. We'll take a break here, and we'll have the start of the second half when we return here on the X Sports Network.
Got primary care? Find your way to better health with primary care by One Stop Medical. With decades of combined experience, you'll find a one-on-one relationship just like the old days, but with the convenience and technology of today. When One Stop Medical does primary care, it's the best. Call today for an appointment and find your way to healthy living. Serving Lawrenceburg, Pulaski, and Hohenwald. Phone 931-244-8220. Primary care by One Stop Medical at its best.
From our humble beginnings to today, Parks Lumber Company has continuously served Lawrence and surrounding counties for over a century. Although we started as a small lumber yard in 1896, we have grown to include everything you need to make your dream project come to life. No matter your building needs, our experienced staff will be with you every step of the way to ensure you receive the highest customer service and attention to detail you deserve. Visit us at 106 2nd Street or on Facebook. We guarantee you will see working with PLC is as easy as 1, 2, 3.
Make 2022 the year to refresh your home. And who you gonna call to help? Story & Lee, the Tennessee Valley's largest furniture store. We've stocked our 3 acres of showroom and warehouses full of inventory, and gotta make room for more arriving daily. Living rooms, dining rooms, bedrooms, all from the brands you've told us you love. And it's all ready to be delivered to your home absolutely free. Just try that anywhere else. We are Story & Lee.
It's time for some straight talk about zero-turn mowers. Husqvarna's zero-turn performance mowers with rugged commercial drive give you high performance and a comfortable ride. Heavy-duty frame and chassis and commercial hydraulics take no punishment. With warranties now up to 5 years and low financing options, there's no competition. For a straight-up deal on the best in professional zero-turn mowers, go straight to your Husqvarna dealer.
Lawrenceburg Flooring and More is your premier source for hardwood, laminate, luxury vinyl tile, sheet vinyl, residential and commercial carpet, carpet tiles, ceramic and porcelain tile, waterproof floating floor, plus blinds and shutters. Lawrenceburg Flooring and More is also home to all name brands and can tackle projects big and small. Installation? You're covered with installers who've got years of experience and stand behind their work. Let Lawrenceburg Flooring and More make your design dreams a reality. 2760 Highway 43 North, or visit lawrenceburgflooringandmore.com.
A local law firm respected throughout the state. Generations of clients have turned to Boston, Holt, and Durham since 1948. We assist individuals and businesses with their legal needs, including real estate, property closings, personal injury, employment discrimination, and family law. Our clients get the personal attention and convenience of a hometown law firm with the resources and ability to handle any case. Come see us at Boston, Holt, and Durham.
This is the good life.
I'm Mike Keith. Let Elliott Johnson Insurance find the auto owner's policy that makes a difference in your life. Call Elliott Johnson Insurance at one of their 3 locations, Florence, Loretto, and Lawrenceburg. Elliott Johnson Insurance, moving forward for our clients every day.
Hey folks, this is Fred Webb, principal broker and owner of United Country Southern Tennessee Realty in Lawrenceburg. Your local Realtree Land Pro agent specializing in country homes, farms, and land. If you're thinking about selling or would like a free comparative market analysis to see what your property is worth, please give us a call at 931-244-7126. We market your property worldwide to get you the most exposure, which in turn gets you the highest price in the shortest amount of time. Visit us at southernTandRealty.com.
Rent-Right Equipment has all the tools you need to get the job done. From bobcats to trenchers to augers to lifts, we have a large variety of equipment for every project, big or small. Need a new mower? We have you covered there too. With great brands Hustler and Big Dog, Rent-Right is ready to serve all your equipment needs. Call today and reserve your equipment from Rent-Right Equipment in Lawrenceburg, Tennessee.
AJ Good goes the distance for local sports on the X Sports Network.
And welcome back to the Ralph as we're getting ready to wrap up halftime here as Lawrence County leads Loretto 37-25. First half stats starting first with Lawrence County. Logan Boswell and Blake Long each with 8. Jacabry Stevenson with 7. Alex Bedford with 4. TJ Gobble with 3. Luke Maddox with 6. And you got Carter Hughes with 1. On the other side for Loretto, Kason Bowie with 6, Mason Tidwell with 5, Hayden Butcham, Sky England with 4, Jackson Robinson with 4, Jaden Aaron with 2. Hustle stab wise, Loretto had 14 turnovers, Lawrence County 9. Loretto had 6 points off of those Lawrence County turnovers. Lawrence County had 18 points off of the 14 Loretto turnovers. Offensive rebound, Loretto 4, Lawrence County 11. Second chance points, Loretto 2, Lawrence County 3. And Cam, it's been a kind of frantic paced game, very back and forth, each side trading turnovers, but Lawrence County's been getting the better of those exchanges so far.
In Loretto, they went on a run there toward the end of the half. And you thought, okay, they're hanging around. Lawrence County's allowed them back in, but then Lawrence County, two big possessions that close out the half really stole all the momentum back from the Mustangs, and it was all Lawrence County in that half. And if you had to handicap these two teams, you look at one who's got a lot of experience versus one who doesn't.
Right.
And you kind of let's forget about talent, all this stuff. Loretto obviously has a lot of talented kids, but they haven't been in these situations before. Give them credit; they hung around, but they're going to have to find another gear. And if Lawrence County can continue to make shots like we saw at the second quarter, it's going to be a tough sled for Loretto. Loretto's got to find a true ball handler, somebody who can handle the pressure really well in this second half. I look for Robertson to handle the ball a lot more. I'm not trying to tell Coach Titz what to do, but he was handling the pressure as well as anyone tonight. That's who I would have bringing the ball up the floor as much as I could, and let some of your athletes play off the wing and let them take it to the hoop. Tidwell's doing a really good job of that, but let somebody else bring it up. That way you free him up a little bit more.
Original starting lineup in for both sides. As Tidwell gets the inbounds here, he's guarded by Luke Maddox. He gets it across the timeline. Tidwell dribbles out. Guarded here by Gobble. Now sends over to Reynolds in the corner. Down low to England. England now kicks out to Tidwell. He'll try a 3. No good. Rebound, Alex Bedford.
Those looks have been there for the Mustangs. They just haven't been able to hit them.
Bedford coming across the other way. Hands over here to Boswell. Boswell now to Maddox. Down low to Gobble. Gobble kicks out to Boswell. Straight away for 3. No good. Rebound, Tidwell. Tidwell picks up his dribble. Facing the pressure, looking for somebody. And that one is stolen away by Bedford. Bedford pass now to Gobble. That one's blocked by Reynolds. And they'll get it back, and Tidwell coming the other way. Tidwell hands over to Butcham. He'll drive the baseline. Layup up and in.
Nice heads-up play that time, seeing a seam and attacking it. That's what they did for success. They just, found the seams in the defense and took it to the rack.
Bedford kicks out the Gobble. He'll try a 3. No good. Rebound, Tidwell. Picks up his dribble. Looking for somebody. Quickly ahead to Bowie across the timeline. 2-on-1. Bowie drives. Shot up. Can't get it to go. Rebound Gobble. Now out to Maddox. Maddox coming quickly the other way. Long pass to Bedford in the corner. He'll try a three. Knocks it down.
That was a great pass. Way to see. Luke did a good job seeing him in transition.
Bedford with 7. Leads out to 13 at 40-27. That looked like a big league play there as long as that pass was.
Oh, yeah. He's a pretty good baseball player in his own right.
Buttram with it in the corner. Will dribble out. Hand back to Tidwell straight away. Tips calls out a new play. Is England here going to try to give him a screen? Thinks about 3 now to Reynolds. Reynolds over to Tidwell. Looking for somebody. And will dribble back out to the logo. He's guarded here by Boswell. Now to Bowie. Bowie hands over to Reynolds. Now over to Tidwell. And that one's knocked out of bounds by Boswell.
It's got to be a little more crisp, those passes. Loretto kind of got lackadaisical. Kind of like they started doing in the first half. With those passes, you got to fire those passes in there, especially against a fast team like Lawrence County.
Robertson checks in. Tidwell checks out. Bowie takes it out of bounds here. He's looking for Reynolds and eventually gets it in. Reynolds now quickly ahead to Robertson. Robertson sends it back out to Reynolds straight away. He'll drive. He'll kick out to Buttram in the corner for 3. Nothing but net. Buttram's hit both of his shots in the second half. He's got 9, leads down to 10. Maddox the other way. Bedford corner 3. And they trade 3-pointers. Bedford in the double figures with 10. The lead's back out to 13. Robertson coming quickly the other way. He drives, picks up his dribble, and kicks out to Bowie. He'll try a 3. He knocks it down.
All right, now we're off.
10-point lead again. Bowie with 9. Gobble coming back. Now Bedford, he'll try another corner 3. No good. Rebound, Jacabry Stevenson. He'll try a corner 3. He knocks it down. And Joe Wilson will call a timeout, a 30-second timeout here for Lawrence County, and we'll take that break with them here on the X Sports Network.
There are now more ways to save at Quick Mart. Become a Quick Club member and easily earn rewards on qualifying purchases at Quick Mart convenience stores using the Quick Club app, available on the Apple App Store and Google Play. To save on fuel for work, use the Fuel Rewards Pro app to earn 5 cents a gallon on work fill-ups and redeem the savings for yourself. To get started, visit fuelrewards.com/pro or download the app in the Apple App Store and Google Play.
This is the X Sports Network.
And back here at the Ralph, each side trading 3-pointers to start the second half. Lawrence County leads 46-33, 5:05 remaining here in the third quarter.
This full court pressures gave Loretto fits tonight.
Bowie inbounds into Reynolds, knocked out of bounds by Stevenson, will stay with the Mustangs. Lawrence County will press from start to finish in this one. And it's Bowie trying to inbound again and gets it in to Reynolds. Reynolds will dribble out, trying to come back quickly the other way. Reynolds now dribbles out of traffic, looking for somebody, but Lawrence County's blocking every passing lane. Now Bowie will try 3, and he knocks it down. Double figures with 12, and leads back down to 10. Maddox quickly the other way. He's got Bedford. Bedford will drive. Now out the Long. Long now to Stevenson straight away. Now to Maddox. He'll try a deep 3. Back iron, no good. Offensive rebound, Blake Long. Long will try a mid-range jumper, no good. Rebound, Carter Hughes. Hughes up, no good. Rebound will come into Jackson Robertson. Robertson now the other way. Behind the back move, spins in the paint. Shot blocked by Hughes, coming back the other way with it. It's Lawrence County. Maddox in transition, drives. Shot blocked by Reynolds. That one's coming back. Baseball pass ahead to Bowie. Bowie loses it, and that one will go to Lawrence County.
Yeah. Maddox on the other end tried to draw contact. He did, but he got the ball blocked. And the official used his discretion there and made a right no call. And then the other end, Bowie just obviously couldn't handle it. Just kind of lost it in transition. But talk about a kid that can hit from the outside. If he could get that post-up game working, oh, my goodness.
And had some muscle as well to help him
Oh,
on the
man.
low block.
I mean, he reminds, I don't want to compare him to all-time great. What a move there.
Yeah. Gobble with the rebound. That one's no good. Bowie comes up with it. Now we got a foul call.
But Marshall County had a guy back 20-some-odd years ago named Marcus Hayslip, who was about 6'8", played at Tennessee, one of the all-time great high school players in Middle Tennessee. And he was built a lot like Case and Bowie, and he could just spot up from the three, shoot it, dunk it, take it in the paint. I mean, he was so versatile.
Gobble fakes the three off the turnover. Now it's Hughes in the corner for three. He knocks it down. He's got 4, and the lead's back out to 13 at 49-36. Make that now 21 points off these Loretto turnovers, which are now out to 18. Bowie now to Reynolds. Tidwell thinks about a three, pulls down. Now hands it back to Robertson. Robertson will dribble it back out. 3 minutes left here in the third quarter. He's guarded by Boswell. Kicks back out to Reynolds. Reynolds drives. Shot up. Nice moving in. And a timeout here called by Greg Tips. It'll be a 30-second timeout. We'll take that break with him here on the X-Sports Network.
Whether you're looking to spruce up the interior or exterior of your home or business, trust Lawrenceburg Glass to provide a one-of-a-kind product. From windows to mirrors, shower doors, custom framing, storefront installations, and everything in between, Lawrenceburg Glass takes pride in our quality craftsmanship and strong attention to detail. With us, your customer experience always exceeds expectations. We're reliable, on time, and we deliver stunning results. Lawrenceburg Glass. Our passion is reflected in our work.
Back at the Ralph, Loretto burns its second timeout. They trail Lawrence County 49-38 with 2:55 remaining here in the third. Very frantic pace as Lawrence County's press has made the difference here so far. Quick pass ahead to Blake Long. Long now back to Logan Boswell, over to Carter Hughes. Hughes now to Boswell. Dishes back out the Long. He'll drive, step back, now to Hughes. Hughes over to Stevenson. Sends it back to Hughes. He'll drive the baseline. Kicks back out to Stevenson. Now out to Gobble. Gobble here to Long for a deep three. Back iron no good. Rebound to Hayden Butcher. Butcher sends it ahead to Reynolds. Nice pass to Jakaya England. Reverse layup up and in. England with 6 leads down the 9 at 49-40. 2:15 remaining in the third. Long now to Hughes in the corner. He'll drive. Floater in the lane. Cannot get that to go. England with the rebound.
Loretto doing a good job on the boards.
Reynolds picks up his dribble. Over to Tidwell.
Thought he was hurt.
Yeah.
Thought
Tidwell being trapped, looking for somebody, and throws that into space. Robertson picks it up. He'll try a mid-range jumper. No good. Rebound, England. Powers ahead. That shot up. No good. And it's knocked out of bounds by Logan Boswell. Maddox and Bedford to check back in.
Tell you, when Bedford and Maddox are off the floor, that's when I've kind of picked up a trend. That's when Loretto makes their runs.
Reynolds, and that pass is now deflected out in the space, coming back the other way. Bedford to Maddox, back to Bedford, loses it, but it's going to go off the glass and in. Bedford has 12. Lawrence County now 23 points off of 19 Loretto turnovers. 11-point lead, minute 30 left in the corner.
Oh, Carter.
Yeah. Robertson dishes it down low to England. England shot blocked by Bedford. Hughes can't hang on to it. We'll stay with Loretto.
It's one of those that Hughes has just got to let that go. At the same time, though, you don't know if it's last off your guy or not. I mean, I get that, but you still let it go.
Robertson taking it out of bounds into Tidwell in the corner. Tidwell now back out to Butcham. Throws it down low to Bowie. Bowie, turnaround jumper in the lane. Knocks it down. Bowie leads all scorers with 14.
I'm telling you, he could be special. He's just a sophomore.
Bedford now out to Boswell, sends over to Maddox. Max kicks out to Boswell, swings over to Bedford in the corner for 3. Front iron no good. Bedford gets his own rebound, dishes the Gobble, reverse layup
nice
up and
move.
in. Gobble with 5, leads out to 11, 53-42. Coming back the other way. Nice move by Robertson, goes up and in. He's got 6, leads back down the 9. 40 seconds left in the quarter. Max now across the timeline. Gets it to the free throw line. Scoop shot up, no good. Rebound Bowie. Bowie gets it to Reynolds. Reynolds loses that one out of bounds. And it will go to Lawrence County. Stevenson will check back in. And Hughes will check out. 53-44 is Lawrence County lead. 28 seconds remaining. England and Aaron the check in. Checking out will be Bowie and Tidwell. Just one foul so far here in the second half. Gobble inbounds into Maddox, swings over to Boswell at the other wing. Back now to Maddox, to Bedford in the corner. Bedford out to Boswell. And they'll dribble out. Maybe playing here for the final shot of the quarter. Stevenson now dribbles. And back to Boswell at the logo. 10 seconds remaining. Over to Maddox. Max steps back for 3. Misses. Saved by Boswell into the hands of Buttram. Buttram thrown to Robertson. A crazy sequence here to end the third quarter. Lawrence County leads 53-44 after 3 frames of play. When we return, it'll be time to start the fourth here on the X Sports Network.
Being raised in Tennessee, we believe in the importance of family and community. Creating a positive experience at our family-owned and operated business is one of the ways we share that belief.
Being in an accident can be extremely stressful. When it came time for my repairs, Mashburn's made it easy.
I am lucky to have a wonderful company in my community like Mashburn's Collision Center. It's reassuring to know that I'm in good hands because their work is second to none.
We pride ourselves that the Mashburn name is one of the most trusted in Lawrence County since 1981. Mashburn's Collision Center. Let our family take care of yours.
Are you looking for the perfect refrigerator? What about a new stove or washer or dryer? It only makes sense to shop at the one place that specializes in appliances, top to bottom, big or small. And that's Kelly Appliance in Lawrenceburg. Kelly Appliance is home to all major name brands, including LG. LG makes life good with a full selection of refrigerators, cooking appliances, dishwashers, microwaves, and more, including appliances made right here in Tennessee. Family owned and family operated. Stop by Kelly Appliance on Jerry Street in Lawrenceburg today.
And back here to start the fourth quarter, Lawrence County will start off with it. They lead 54-44. Luke Maddox with it across the timeline over to Gobble. Gobble out to Boswell straight away. Now over to Bedford at the wing. Back to Stevenson. Stevenson drives. Kicks back out to Bedford. Bedford now out to Maddox. Maddox now to Boswell. Boswell kicks out to Bedford. Bedford now to Boswell. He'll try deep 3. It's blocked by Bowie.
Oh, my goodness.
Nice rebound by Bedford. Goes up and he's fouled. He'll go to the line to shoot 2.
Casey Bowie closed out so quick on that block, and he just barely got a finger on it, but it was enough. I mean, he came from a long ways out to get a finger on that. I mean, it's...
Reynolds will pick up the foul, his second, team's first. How about Alex Bedford skying
That's great, yeah.
everybody to go get that rebound. First free throw off the back iron, no good.
He's as athletic as any kid in the county as far as just vertical, Bedford's vertical leap. I mean, it's...
Tidwell will check in for Buttram.
Both these teams have some very athletic kids, and if you could combine that with good shooting and smart play without turning it over, man, both these two teams could be really good.
Bedford rolls it in. It's a 10-point lead. He's got 13. Wildcats now 9 of 15 from the line. Reynolds over to Bowie at the free throw line. Picks up his dribble, swings out to Robertson. Greg Tips calls out the play. Robertson now over to Reynolds. Reynolds dribbles here at the top of the key. Now over to Bowie in the corner. Bowie looking for England, gets it down low, and England will get fouled by Stevenson.
Jakai, he posts up so hard. He can make, and you'll see it in district play. He'll get into some pretty pushing match.
Bowie rattles home the three-pointer. He leads all scores to 17. It's a 7-point Lawrence County lead.
Because he posts up so hard when he goes in.
Maddox now out to Bedford straight away. Man-to-man put on by the Mustangs. And handed over to Boswell. Boswell out to Stevenson. Stevenson steps back, picks up his dribble. Now to Boswell. Back out to Stevenson, swing it over to Bedford. Bedford guarded by Robertson. Now over to Boswell. Boswell, and now we're going to push foul called here against Loretto.
Number 34.
Goes against England, his third, team second. Blake Long will check in here for the Wildcats. Checking out Luke Maddox. Bedford takes it out of bounds inside now to Boswell. Kicks out here to Long. Long now to Stevenson straight away. Now to Gobble. Gobble will try a deep three. Back iron no good. Rebound comes out to Case and Bowie. Bowie with it. Hands over to Robertson. Press put on here by Lawrence County. Robinson quickly across the timeline. He'll drive. And his pass is deflected in the hands of Bedford. Bedford the other way. Layup up and in.
Yeah, that's a good play by Bedford, but that's a pass Robertson has got to eat. That's something you don't need to do.
We get a 5-second call here against Loretto.
And that was quick.
Very quick 5 seconds.
Coach Wilson, I think, predicated that call, but that was, I don't know that was 5 seconds. Usually they give him a little buffer room as well.
Quickly inside here to Gobble. Now 22 turnovers against Loretto. Long steps back now to Boswell. Now to Gobble. Gobble. Right-handed shot off the glass and in. Gobble with 7. And now make that 27 points off 22 Loretto turnovers.
That in Loretto's or Lawrence County kind of has one. There's a walk by Robertson. He was bragging on him earlier, and he's a couple turnovers, but timeout Loretto. But TJ, they've kind of went away from getting it in the paint. A couple of possessions early in the game, they were getting it to him, and he was making those quick moves, and they've kind of went away from that. Yeah. And I think that's where Lawrence County, and you saw the other night at Giles County, they
took over.
It took over, and I think they could do that. I know they're worried about, or I'm talking right through a break.
No, you're
I apologize.
Fine. We've taken a lot of them. You're good. Keep going. You're
but
good.
I know they're worried about Loretta's length down low with Bowie, but Bowie, if they can get the matchup they won't, because Bowie likes to play out on the wing. Right. And so if they can get him off of Gobble and have somebody else like Jakaya on him, then that's a place that Lawrence County needs to expose, because TJ has such a quick first step, and that move is so decisive that it's almost unguardable if he can knock it down.
Lawrence County's going to face a lot of length when you got the Marshall counties, the Tullahomas.
Sure, absolutely.
Page, who's really good.
Yep.
Page isn't real big, but they're very athletic, and they work together so well. So facing a team like Loretto's with their length and the size that these guys have will definitely help.
Yeah,
really, it's going to help both sides here in district play.
Absolutely. For a double-A team, even though they're young, this is a very big team.
Gobble fakes the three, drives the baseline, goes up and under, and banks it off the glass. Gobble's got 9, and the lead's back out to 13. It's 60-47. Coming back the other way, it's Reynolds. Reynolds being trapped. Finds
so you got
England.
A mismatch right here.
England drives the baseline, powers his way up and in. He's got 8. The lead's down to 60-49. 5:15 remaining in the game.
Such a strong move, England there.
Stevenson drives, goes up, and rolls it in. He's got 12, and the lead's back out to 13. Robertson back quickly with it. He gets it across the timeline, and he walks again.
Yeah.
Buttram will check in. And checking out is England. And Luke Maddox will check in, and Logan Boswell will check out. 62-49 is a Lawrence County lead. Just under 5 minutes left in the game. Bedford lobs it in the Maddox. And Maddox will bring it across the timeline. Man-to-man put on by the Mustangs. Maddox hands over to Bedford. Bedford back over to Stevenson. Over to Gobble. Gobble will drive back out to Stevenson. He'll step back for 3. Knocks it down. He's got 15, and it's a 16-point lead.
So smooth. I tell you what, man, Lawrence County has so many weapons that's able to score. That makes it really tough to defend.
Nice pass from Bowie to England. He misses. And now we get a foul call.
I think it's on Lawrence County. I think they're going to get Gobble on this one. Nope, it's going to be on Loretto.
England. He will.
Couldn't tell. Both players looked guilty. You know how that look, that guilty look? kind of like a hockey player that throws his hands up like, I didn't do anything,
Yeah.
you know. Yeah, you just committed a penalty.
Yeah. Take that skate of shame to the box.
It's like you know, you got a young kid, and you know he's not there yet, but whenever he gets a little older, you'll know when they did something wrong. They'll do this. I didn't do that. That wasn't me. You know, throw their hands up. Yeah, you did.
Long back here to Maddox. Maddox will reset the play. He dribbles to his right, and now we're halfway through the fourth quarter. Maddox, and that one's stolen away by Reynolds. And then Butchum's going to pick it up. Butchum now back to Reynolds. Reynolds back to Butchum. He'll try three. And that looked like it was deflected a bit by Long into the hands of Stevenson. Stevenson back with it, coming the other way. Shot up, no good. Rebound Bowie.
Loretto's, they're going to need to make every possession count if they want to have any shot in this game. They can't afford any turnovers.
Bowie passed to Tidwell in the paint, no good. Rebound Bedford. Ripped it out of the hands of Stevenson. They'll hand it back to Maddox. Maddox will bring it across the timeline. Back out to Bedford. Bedford guarded by Butchum in the man-to-man. Gives it out to Long. Long fakes a long three, but gets it back to Stevenson straight away. Hands it back to Maddox. Maddox now dribbles out. Trying to kill some time here now to Long. Long will drive. Reverse layup, no good. Rebound England. England will bring it back the other way. He breaks the press. Nice move. And the Euros step up, and he gets caught for the charge.
Yeah. Just got a little, it's like Jakai maybe shake it up a little bit. He's going to tough it out, but yeah, he just got a little out of control going in the lane there. He made two great moves, but you just got to stay in control a little better.
That is England's fifth foul. And now Greg Tips will call a timeout, a full timeout, and we'll take that break with him here on the X Sports Network.
McMaster's Home Gallery, where you'll always get a special price every day. Shop their new showroom full of name-brand furniture, sofas, recliners, dining and bedroom suites, Serta bedding, lots of tables and chairs just to match your decor. McMaster's Home Gallery also has GE appliances. Stop by on Highway 43 in Loretto or call 853-6140.
Like you, our roots are in Lawrence County, providing banking for every stage of life since 1934. Lawrenceburg Federal Bank has been not just your bank, but also your friend, helping you with home loans, consumer and auto loans, and your everyday personal banking needs. Lawrenceburg Federal offers you a warm smile and personal experience, as well as the conveniences of modern-day online banking, mobile banking, and telebanking. Lawrenceburg Federal Bank, your neighbor and friend, located at 118 West Gain Street, next to the courthouse.
This is the X Sports Network.
And back at the Ralph, Lawrence County leading Loretto 65-49 with 2:47 remaining in the game. Bedford inbound into Stevenson, long pass to Maddox. Over to Bedford, back to Maddox. Facing the press here, gets it to Bedford across the timeline. Now back to Maddox. Maddox will dribble over to Long, sends it back to Maddox. Now over to Bedford as Lawrence County is contend here with the 16-point lead to kill some time. That pass was tipped by Robertson. Bedford loses it and gets over to Maddox, but eventually gets fouled. He'll go on Robertson, his fourth, team's fifth, as Logan Boswell will check back in, and checking out is Blake Long. Checking in also will be Jaden Aaron. He'll come in for Bowie. Bedford into Maddox, now over to Boswell. Sends it back to Maddox at the logo and hands it back to Boswell. Boswell tries to dribble to the wing, now out to Gobble. Gobble over to Boswell, now to Stevenson. Back over to Boswell.
Not going to be any hurry right here. And if you're Loretto, you've got a couple, one foul give. I'm going to go ahead and try to get that pretty quick. I mean, it may be a situation where the game, it's 16 points. You may not even go there. Just let it play on out and try to get them in 2 weeks.
Gobble with it now and sends it back over to Stevenson. I think you're right there, Cam. Loretto's really not trying the foul.
Yeah, if it was under 15, you might, but definitely around the 12 points, 16 points. You probably you don't quit playing by any means, but You definitely aren't going to be in the foul mode.
This isn't a district tournament.
No,
or a region tournament game.
If you're Loretto, you've got a lot that you can learn from tonight. Lawrence County, of course, there's a foul. Lawrence County, of course, first game without one of your star players who big emotions going into the night. I know that it's been a tough week for those guys, and this is a part of them learning how to play without their guy, and anytime you lose a key player like that, no matter what the situation is, the rest of the team's got to figure out how to play without that player. When Loretto was out without Carly a few times in the past, you could see they looked lost at times, and that was the thing with Lawrence County tonight. It's like, what are they, how are they going to look? And I thought they looked really good. I thought you had several guys step up. You've obviously got Luke, who's a very similar type player as far as can handle the pressure and the ball handling, who could fill a bigger hole. And, Loretto's a young team, and I think they're very, very talented. Sky's the limit for them. They're just going to have to stick together.
Maddox hits 1 of 2 on the other end after Loretto picked up 2 quick fouls. Tidwell now out to Butcham. Butcham will drive the paint. Shot up. No good. And knocked out of bounds by Lawrence County. Will stay at the Mustangs with 56 seconds left. Bowie will check back in as Aaron will check out.
So I finished my thought. I kind of mentioned this to you about Bowie. He is already really, really good. He's already taken a big step from his freshman to sophomore year. I can already tell that in just one game.
Stevenson gets a steal on the other end, layup up and in.
But the next step is the hardest. That's where so many big guys can't make the next step. It's just that intensity level. There's another level that you can find. And he's going to have to find it. And not saying he's going to be fine without it, but if he wants to play, there's a difference between being a really good high school player than being a great high school player. There are very few great high school players. There's one hanging. I can think of one in Lawrence County, and his name's hanging in the rafters here. Cedric Wallace, Bryant Mitchell, Loretto. They've had a couple of really, really good high school players, but they've not had they've had good, great teams. I think Case and Bowie has a chance to be a great player, but that next step's the hardest, and it's going to be fun watching him the next little bit, see if he can grow.
Plenty of subs coming in for both sides. We go to 30 seconds here left in the game. Maddox hands over to Boswell. Now over to Carter Hughes. Now back to Maddox. 20 seconds left. Just checked in for the Mustangs was Kylan Wilkerson. Maddox here. Still dribbling out of traffic. Now with 10 seconds left. And both sides here just Wilkerson guarding Maddox close. 5 seconds left. And that will be the end of the game. Lawrence County will pick up win number 4 on the season. They win at 68-49. And the other side, Loretto drops to 3-1 on the year. Next broadcast, Lawrence County will be at Rogers. And Loretto will be at home taking on Collinwood. That will be on Friday. Final thoughts for the boys' game here tonight, Cam?
Yeah, I think obviously it's with the Schultz family and the Welch family, 2 families from each school that I know, Lincoln, who's had his share of injuries and scares, nothing compares to what those 2 young men have went through. I mean, Lincoln was a year and a half and 2.5 when he broke his leg and got burned. Those are scary moments. Those are feelings you never want to have as a parent, ever. Right. And so I know a little bit of what these parents are going through and these families, and it's tough. And the way you see this community rally around Cade, because he was a senior at Loretto or at Lawrence County and a basketball player, and they had a few days to ponder on it and think of ways to honor him because he's such a good kid, and he was well liked by everyone. He's a senior in leadership as far as the class officers. Yeah. I mean, you think of the most popular kid in your school.
Right.
If you're at Summertown or Loretto, think of the most popular kid. That's Cade Schultz.
Right.
And so this was his mom obviously went to Loretto. His dad, when here, was a great basketball player for the Wildcats. His mom, a great Lady Mustang player back in the 90s. they have a wide reach. The whole family does, and so you see the Loretto. Look at the Loretto crowd. I mean, they're all wearing purple. Except for this guy right here, Lincoln. He's wearing black and white. He wasn't happy about it. But the fact is, when you see that kind of brings a smile to your face, and see, okay, some things are bigger than sports, And I was playing golf with Luke Maddox the morning he found out about Cade, and that was just seeing that emotion and seeing kind of what was going through his mind. And I lost the best friend in a car accident. Obviously, thankfully, Cade's okay. As far as that, but your thought goes to, this isn't about sports anymore. Even though it's a large part of your life, is okay, he's alive. Yeah, that's positive. And his parents have said the same thing. Yeah. Second thing is, okay, let's focus on getting him well where he can live a normal life and be a positive influence in other ways outside of sports, because he's the type of kid that can do that. Yeah. And I'm telling you, when you cover sports like you and I have for a number of years, you know the good kids. You know the good ones. Absolutely. And you don't even have to say a word to them, but you know the good ones. And he was one of those. You just know. Man, it's a great family. I've known that whole family my whole life, and my thoughts and prayers are with them. And I know this entire county is behind them, and I think that's very special. Very special.
Absolutely is. And don't forget, everybody, to join us for X Sports Live. Cam, myself, and Clint Brazier will be at Heine's Barbecue on Thursday night at 7 o'clock. We'll have several guests. It will be girls basketball night, so all three schools will be represented. We'll talk some high school basketball, some college football. Wait till you get Cam's thoughts on the latest college football playoff rankings. My thoughts, Clint's thoughts on that as well. For Cam Mashburn, I'm AJ Good here on the X Sports Network. Have a great evening.
This is the X Sports Network.